We've been dreaming about going to the Beast Castle for over 30 years, and today we're taking an inside look. Plus, we'll give you tips on how to snag a reservation at one of Walt Disney World's most popular restaurants. Today, we're going to be our guest. Hey guys, it's Dottie from Dottie's Disney Deets, and today we're dishing out all the deets on the Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest is a table service restaurant found in New Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom. This is a majorly themed restaurant to quite literally the best movie of all time, though I might be a little biased. From the moment you approach the doors, you feel like you're walking straight into the movie. I love how when you walk in, you see all those little details that the Imagineers filled in where the movie left off. For example, just look at the Baroque style ceiling. As Cogsworth says, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. All right, now for my favorite hands down detail. It's one that I bet most people miss. There's this hallway filled with suits of armor, and when you go, you gotta get really close to them and just listen. They're enchanted, and of course, that means they talk. So there's some that are snoring, sneezing, someone responding to the sneeze with a quick gesundheit. There's some grunts and groans. There's a guy planning his escape, and another laying on the charm asking me to run away with him. I just love it, and it's crazy because it's so loud in there, most people don't even notice it. Now, not only is this castle absolutely beautiful, but it puts you right into the film. And beware, I'm going to say that a lot. Just look at this mosaic representing the stained glass at the end of the movie. Remember, the movie starts with a stained glass, and it ends with a stained glass. Kind of like your meal here. Now it's time. The hostess just called your family name, and it's time to enter the dining room. Really take a deep breath and just let all of it wash over you. Be Our Guest restaurant is split into 3 separate dining rooms that represent 3 very different experiences. First is the most impressive, and it's the Grand Ballroom. This is the room in the movie where Beast and Belle share their first dance and they fall in love. The chandeliers and the ceiling are really it for me. They are so gorgeous and grand that you just kind of have to remind yourself you are in a theme park. Here's your fun Disney deed. Those babies painted on the ceiling are actually portraits of the Imagineers' children. Bonus Disney deed. Those Imagineers were actually inspired by the idea after the animators did the exact same thing in the real movie. The room also has magic. Notice those huge windows looking out at the night? Well, in Disney World, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and a very balmy 90 degrees. However, in Beast Castle, it was night and snowing. Only Imagineers can make it snow in Florida. The next room is possibly the most boring room, and it's called the Rose Room. The focal point of the room is Beast and Belle and a music box that Belle's father crafted for a wedding present. Disney Deet here, you can actually find the blueprints for this music box on the desk in Enchanted Tales with Belle. The room is surrounded by portraits showing life after marriage. Now, we know the curse was lifted making Beast return into a prince, but Belle must have worked some voodoo, hoodoo, something, because he's still very much a beast here. I kind of like him better that way too. Now, the last room. Are you ready? Dun dun dun! We're in the West Wing. Just like the Beast left it, it is dark and in disarray. The decorative linens are shredded and the furniture around the room is all broken. The room is dark and very difficult to see with deep colors and dim lighting. It's very moody. It's here you can actually see the rose. It's illuminated with magic and power, and over the course of the evening, you'll notice the petals start to fall. Are you getting chills yet? There's more. There's a thunderstorm rolling in the distance while you're in this room, and every so often you'll see bright flashes of light. Warning if you have small children. About every 15 minutes there's a crash of lightning and thunder, and you'll see the ripped portrait quickly transform into the hideous beast that he has become, and then right back as if it didn't happen at all. The West Wing offers more for superfans to see, that's for sure. No matter what room you dine in, you are free to walk around and check out the details of the whole restaurant, and we highly recommend walking through this room rather. Now let's talk characters. Disney classifies Be Our Guest as a character dining experience, but it's really not. Belle seems to be here just sometimes, and Beast walks through a bunch. He will wave, but he will not stop. Want to see the character interaction? Yep, there it is. He's blurry because he doesn't stop moving. This is the only place where Beast can be seen up close in Disney World, but Belle can be found in multiple locations. Yep, now he's gone. Bye, Beast. Be Our Guest is no cheap meal. It's $67 per adult and $39 per child. And remember, in Disney World, you're an adult at age 10. Just don't tell my son that. Anyway, the food is adventurous for some with its French cuisine inspiration. That's the other side note. We started with the endive and Roquefort cheese salad, and it felt very fancy and fresh with that vinaigrette painted across the plate. Very crisp, very fresh, and personally, I love the walnuts. Next, we had the duck and pork terrine, though we had no idea what it was. We found out later it's basically pork and duck meat smashed together in a mold, so now that they are spreadable. To an unrefined palate such as mine, it's basically a fancy, unseasoned hot dog. Do not recommend. And here they are. You can't have French cuisine without trying escargot. You bet it. It is snails. They are swimming in a garlic butter, and to be honest, all you taste is the garlic. But you're still eating snails. There are a lot of great entrees at Be Our Guest, like roast chicken, pork chop, and a lemon brown buttered trout, but everybody at our table all wanted the same thing, so we all got the filet mignon. The filet is definitely the best bang for your buck here, and it's also delicious. Well seasoned, and you can't see it here, but you could actually cut the steak with a fork. At the end of the meal, everyone receives their own dessert trio consisting of a truffle, a macaroon, the gray stuff. Come on, say it now. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. Well, the dishes don't sing and dance, but Lumiere was right about the gray stuff here. Taking a look at the other parts of the trio, we have a traditional French macaroon. It's light and slightly chewy, not at all stale, and that's really hard to do. I've made these stubborn cookies and they are really difficult. There was also a dark chocolate truffle that was good, but nothing amazing, and I kind of forgot about it, so there's not even a picture. All right, the gray stuff is a cookies and cream panna cotta, which is a heavy, thick mousse. Think if mousse and buttercream had a baby and then they serve it in a chocolate tart. That's what we have. It's also topped with this really cute little white chocolate chip. But wait till you see what they give the kids. It's just not even fair. Anywho, this is the plant-based dessert. This is a vanilla cake with lemon curd and fresh berries, but it kind of just looked like week-old cornbread. It was really dry and a big no. And aren't those dehydrated yogurt bites like what you give to babies? Speaking of babies, we love how our toddler at the table got his own complimentary macaroni and cheese. Usually children under 3 dine free, but they eat off their parents' plate. More on the kids' meal at Be Our Guest. This is the kids' appetizer, and it's a much easier to sell fruit and cheese plate versus escargot. It had strawberries and grapes and cheddar cheese. Simple, good, and the kids won't hate it. Next, our resident youth representative ordered, of course, a macaroni and cheese, but this was no Cheezosaurus Rex mac. This was some fresh macaroni and cheese with fancier cheeses. And I was happy that despite the classiness of the restaurant and the menu, they still had basic french fries, which were, of course, the first to go. But look at this kids' trio. What the heck? They got the same macaron and truffle, but they're gray stuff. Come on. They got a white chocolate chip cup. That's actually a mold of our favorite little chip, and it came with some blue, red, and yellow ganache to paint him. So jealous. Now, before you get all excited about the prospect of allowing your kids to paint with their food colored ganache, this is the final creation. It's super fun, but very messy. Get those wipes ready. Reservations are basically required for Be Our Guest, and they are not easy to get. Make sure you check your My Disney Experience app 60 days before your trip. Set your alarm clock for 5:45 a.m. because reservations open promptly at 6 a.m. If there are no reservations left, don't fret. Check back every day the week of your trip. Oftentimes people will cancel last minute, leaving reservations for you to find. Be Our Guest restaurant is an absolute must-do for any 90s baby, especially the Be Our Guest fans, the Beauty and the Beast fans. Of course it's pricey, but it was an experience. In our opinion, it was totally worth it to do it at least once. This has been Dottie, and thanks for watching.